Hello everyone, Reza here. In this video, I will show you how to design screens in Canvas Power Apps. We will focus on the design for our home screen experience. We will add a gallery with pictures that will navigate the user to various screens on the Power App. We will design the header experience with curved edges, give a welcome message to the logged in user, and a lot more. So let's check this out in action. Our focus would be to design the home screen experience for our Canvas Power App. I have an events app where users can see details about upcoming events, search for events, create new events, or contact the administrator. Here, the home screen experience has been designed to allow the user to navigate to different screens of this Power App. In the top section, I have this image that has these curved edges. I also have a note to welcome the current logged in user, show the user's image. This app is an events app. And then I have these 4 navigation options to take me to the different screen experiences in the Power App. The first option is to explore upcoming events. This leads me to a screen that has a gallery that lists out all the upcoming events. The next option for the user is to search for events. They can search an event, select an event, can update the event if needed. Then the user has the option to create a new event. And finally, the option to contact the administrator. My data related to events is stored in a very simple SharePoint list. In make.powerapps.com, I will start off with a simple 3-screen Power App experience connected to my data source. So I'll start with an app template. My scenario is leveraging SharePoint, where the event information is maintained. You can also bring it from Excel or SQL or Dataverse. My case with SharePoint, so I'll select SharePoint. It creates a connection to the SharePoint connector. I can search for my SharePoint site, or I can simply select the site. My list is called Events List. I will click Create, and this will begin the process of creating a standard 3-screen Power App experience that is connected to that specific list. And this is the typical landing screen experience that we have for our Power Apps. The home screen shows the data from my SharePoint list. I can search for data. I can create an item in the list. I can select an existing item, edit the item, and this entire app has a total of 3 screens. Now, for the purpose of the demo, I'll add a 4th screen to this experience. And I'll pick one of the existing screen templates. I will pick the email screen template, which allows the user to send an email from the Power App. Now let's begin with designing our landing screen experience. I will create a new screen and pick the blank screen layout. The landing screen is the first screen that is listed in the screen's view. So the screen that I just added, I will make sure that I move it up right at the top. I will rename the screen to my home screen. I would like to create this header experience with curved edges. To add images to our Power App, we can simply go to Media and go and upload image files. I'll click Upload, pick my image file. It uploads it in the app. If I simply select it, it will add an image control on the screen whose image property is pointing to the name of the file that I uploaded. If the image is not fitting in the space that you've defined, we can also go to image position and say go ahead and fill that entire space. We want to create the curved edges at the bottom of the image. One of the properties for the image control is radius bottom left. I'll go and set this to 100. So you can see how it creates this curved edge at the bottom. And on similar lines, I have radius bottom right that I will go ahead and set to 100. Next, to give the welcome message for the logged in user, I'll insert a label control. This label control, I'll give it a color white. I've adjusted its font size. The text property for this, welcome. And to concatenate text, I'll use the ampersand symbol. I need the name of the logged in user. We have a function called user. One of the options is full name. It gives a welcome message to the current logged in user, which is me in this case. To show the image of the logged in user, I'll insert an image control. The image property would be user.image. And if you would like to create a rounded image, the width I will set to 80, height I will set to 80, and border radius I will set to 80. So at this point, it will create a perfect rounded image. In the middle, I would like to give the name of this app, which is my events app. For this, I will insert a very simple button control. I don't intend for this button to be clickable by the user. So the display mode property for this button, I'll set it to view. The text property for this button would be my events app. I can also add emojis here. If I hold the Windows key and the dot key, it will open the emoji keyboard. I can search for emojis. In this case, I'll pick the calendar emoji, and it can place that in the text of my button. To create those rounded edges, this time on the top right and bottom right, radius top right, I'll set this to, let's say, 50, and radius bottom right, I will set this as well to 50. To change the fill color of this button to match my header experience, for the fill property, I'll go and plug in my color code for that specific color. The browse screen, I will rename this to search screen. Now from here, if the user clicks on the plus icon, it takes the user to the edit screen. If I go back, if I select a specific item, it takes me to the detail screen. But if I click edit, it takes me back to the edit screen, but this time it has the context of the item I selected to edit. So that same screen is being used as a dual purpose screen. I'll rename the screen to my edit screen. I also have a screen to send an email. So I'll call this my email screen. I'll go and add another screen which shows all the upcoming events. I'm recording this video as of the 22nd of September. And these are the set of all the upcoming events. The navigation experience uses images to give it a visual appeal. So once again, I will go to media and upload those images. I'll upload 4 images in my PowerApp. To create the navigation, I will insert a vertical gallery control. For the gallery control, we have a property called layouts, and there are some nice out-of-the-box layouts that we can choose from. If you scroll down, there are also image-based layouts. And one of them is title and subtitle on overlay. So I'll go ahead and select this one. For the items property, here I will create an array of information. So I'm going to leverage the array notation. For each item, I will use the curly braces, which indicates a record. Three key aspects that I would like to put in place: the image that I want to show, the title of that navigation item, which screen do I want to take the user to. The first property I will call title. This will be the text that I would want to display. So in double quotes, upcoming events. I'll put a comma. Image. I would like to give the name of the image that I have uploaded in my Power App. I have an image that's called upcoming events. As I start typing, you can see how IntelliSense guides me through. So I will select that. I'll put a comma. Screen. Here I need to give the exact name of the screen that I would like to navigate the user to. So I'll start typing upcoming. Once again, IntelliSense will guide me through. Here is the name of my screen. I'll go ahead and select that. At this point, if I click Format Text, this is the first item that is a part of this items array. Let's add a second one. So I'll copy the first item, put a comma, and place the second item. Title for this, I will call it Search Events. My image is called Search Events, the exact name. And my screen is called the search screen. My third item, create an event. The image is create event. Single quotes are a must when you have spaces in names. Even if you add single quotes around this, there is no harm. My screen in this case is called the edit screen. My fourth item would be to email the admin of the system. The image here is email admin. There is a space in the name, so I must have a single quote around it. And my screen is called the email screen. Now at this point, if you notice, the gallery has started representing the information. This gallery has an image control. Its image property is this item.image. Image is the image property that I added in my items control. Then we have title. That's using the title property from my items property. And then subtitle is also using the title property from my items property. In my case, I do not need the subtitle, so I can simply delete this. This gallery, we have a property called template padding. I will change this to, let's say, 20. The image control, the image position is set to fill. I'll pick the option fit. If you need to adjust the height, the first item in the gallery is always the template item of the gallery. So if you select the gallery and click edit, that's the template item. You can reduce the height of the template item, select the image, and position it accordingly. Now overlay, I'm going to reduce the height of the shape. If I look at its fill property, it's using the color code 000 0.4. Opacity, we change it to 0.8 in this case. Now at this point, if I preview the app, on select of these, I want to navigate the user to my specific screen. These controls do not have cursor icon changing to hand. If I layer a button control on top of this, I will get that experience. I'll select the gallery, edit, go to insert, insert the button. I will make sure this button takes the entire space that's available in the gallery. The text for this button, I will set it to empty. The fill property, I will set it to color.transparent. The hover fill property, I will set it to color.transparent. And the pressed fill property as well, I will set it to color.transparent. Now if I was to preview the app, you can see as I hover over these navigation items, the button is placed right in front of them, so I get this cursor hand icon. Remember, the button is sitting right at the top of all the other controls. For the button control, we have the border property. Here, there is a property called border color. I will go and set this to a color code of my choice. So at this point, if I preview the app, you can see how it puts that nice border effect. If you want to create a hover-like effect for the gallery control, there's a property called transition. Currently it's set to none. If I change this to push and preview, notice as I hover over these items, they would be pushed inside. And if I change this property to pop, as I hover over the specific navigation item, they will pop out. Now all I need to do is when the user selects this item, it should navigate the user to that specific screen. So for the button control, which is placed right on the top, when the user selects this, it has a property on select. Here, I will use the function navigate to navigate the user to this item dot, the property here is screen. I can also pick a transition effect when I am navigating. I'll pick cover right and close. Now if I preview the app, if I click upcoming events, it will take me to the upcoming events screen. So I'll insert the home icon, and on select of this icon, I can use the function navigate to navigate the user to my screen called the home screen. And I would copy this control since I would repeat this for other screens as well. If I click home, I'm back to my home screen. If I click search events, it takes me to the screen where I have the option to search for events. And once you add that icon to go to navigate the user back, if they select it, they are back to the home screen. Let's try the email admin screen. And finally, the create an event screen. Now here, if you notice, it brought me to this screen experience, but the form control, it's not setting the form mode to new. If I go to the search screen, this is where the plus icon is. If I click this, it sets the form to new mode. And the way it does this is it simply uses the formula new form and the name of the form control to change its mode and then navigates the user to the screen. I'll copy this action. I'll go back to my home screen. For the gallery, where I have that button, on select of the button I was navigating, right before that, I would want to change the mode of the form. But I want to only do that if I am creating an event. So here, I can simply use the function if this item dot title is equal to, case sensitive, create an event, that's the exact name of my title. If that's the case, only then go ahead and set the mode of the form to new. Now if I preview the app, if I click create an event, it takes me to the new form experience. The X icon here simply resets the form and sends the user back. So if I click X, you will notice it takes me back to the landing screen. So that completes my home screen experience. And if you notice, currently my app follows a specific theme. I'm using the classic control, so it's using the classic theme in PowerApps. And if I was to change the theme, it will change the colors across my app. Notice in my home screen, I'm using a specific color code. And right now my entire app follows a specific color. If I was to investigate that specific color that the app is currently using. And if I go to search and search for this color, it will find a lot of references of that base color on which my app was based upon. And if I go to replace, I can change that color in one go. In my case, I want to change that color to the specific color that I'm using on my home screen. So here I can simply say go replace it with this color and go and replace all the instances that have been found throughout the app. It's found 46 instances in my case. I'll say replace. And just like that, we can see how across the entire app that color has been updated. And you can take your design to the next level. In this scenario, when I went to upcoming events, my gallery, I've added more emojis. I'm also showcasing how many days are remaining until this event occurs. If I go to search events, this time the gallery design is different. I've done various videos on these styles, so I'll recommend you to check those out. The search box is using the modern text control here. When I select an item, it takes me to the view form experience. If I edit this, it takes me to the edit form experience, and here I'm using all the modern controls. I've gone ahead and modernized the form control. Once again, I've done a video on this, so do check this out. If you enjoyed this video, then do like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for watching.